Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Applying variables and converting applied styles to variables, a comprehensive tutorial. This tutorial will delve into the power of CSS variables, also known as custom properties, by exploring how to apply them to your styles and, more importantly, how to convert existing, applied styles into a maintainable system using variables. We'll cover the advantages of using variables, practical examples, and techniques for effective implementation. Why use CSS variables? CSS variables offer several significant advantages over traditional CSS, especially for larger projects. Reusability. Define a value once and reuse it across your style sheet. This avoids repetition and makes changes consistent. Maintainability. Modify the variable's value, and all instances using that variable automatically update. This significantly simplifies theming and global style adjustments. Readability. Variables with descriptive names make your CSS code easier to understand and interpret. Primary color is much clearer than 3498 dB. Dynamic theming. Easily switch between different color schemes or themes by changing a few variable values. JavaScript integration. CSS variables can be accessed and modified using JavaScript, enabling dynamic styling based on user interaction or application state. 1. Understanding CSS variables syntax. CSS variables are declared and used with specific syntax. Declaration. Variables are declared using the variable name, value, syntax. It's crucial to note that they are case sensitive. Primary color is different from primary color. The declaration is usually done in a root pseudo-class or on specific elements for more limited scope. Usage. Variables are accessed using the var variable name function. You can use this function wherever a standard CSS value is expected. Example. In this example, we defined variables like primary color, secondary color, font family, and font size base within the root selector. This makes them globally available throughout the document. We then used these variables in various elements, body, button, error message, to style them. 2. Applying variables, a step-by-step guide. Applying variables involves identifying reusable values within your CSS and replacing them with variables. Here's a structured approach. Step 1, identify reusable values. Examine your CSS code for values that are repeated multiple times. These are prime candidates for variables. Look for colors, font sizes, font families, spacing values, padding, margin, and breakpoints. Step 2, define variables. Choose descriptive names for your variables and declare them, ideally in the root selector for global scope. Consider using a consistent naming convention, example color primary, font size small, spacing large. Step 3, replace values with variables. Replace the original values in your CSS with the corresponding var variable name function. Step 4, test and refactor. Test your changes to ensure the styling remains consistent. Refactor your CSS as needed to identify and variabilize more values. Example, variabilizing color palette. Let's say you have the CSS. Here's how you would apply variables. Now, if you want to change the primary color, you only need to modify the color primary variable, and it will update in both the header and button styles. Similarly, the background color is centralized. 3. Converting existing styles to variables, practical techniques. Converting a large existing style sheet to use variables can seem daunting. Here are some effective strategies. Start small. Don't try to convert everything at once. Choose a specific component or section of your website to work on. This allows you to learn and refine your approach without breaking everything. Use a style linting tool. Tools like stylelint can be configured to enforce the use of variables. They can automatically identify potential candidates for variable conversion and provide warnings when you're using hard-coded values that should be replaced with variables. A good stylelint configuration will dramatically speed up the process. Here's a snippet for a stylelint configuration, .stylelint.js, to encourage variable usage. This configuration is stricter and forces the use of CSS variables, especially for colors. Automated refactoring tools. Some IDEs, like VS Code, have extensions that can help automate the process of finding duplicate values and replacing them with variables. Search for extensions like CSS Variable Refactor or CSS Variable Generator. Group variables logically. Organize your variables into categories, colors, typography, spacing, breakpoints, etc., to improve readability and maintainability. You can even use CSS comments to separate these groups. Leverage inherit and initial. Use inherit and initial to reduce the number of variables you need. For instance, if you want a button to inherit the font size of its parent, you don't need to define a separate font size variable for the button. Use semantic variable names. Choose names that reflect the purpose of the variable, not just its value. For example, use -color primary instead of -blue. Version control. Always commit your changes to version control, example git, frequently. This allows you to easily revert to previous versions if something goes wrong during the conversion process. Example, converting a component's styles. Let's say you have the following CSS for a card component. Here's a conversion to use variables. While this initial conversion seems verbose, it provides a solid foundation for future customization. For instance, you could easily create a dark mode card by changing only the -card background color, -card border color, and text color variables. 4. Scoping CSS variables. CSS variables have scope, similar to JavaScript variables. This means you can define variables at different levels, affecting where they can be accessed. Global scope. Variables defined in the root pseudo class are globally available. Element scope. Variables defined on a specific element are only accessible within that element and its descendants. This allows you to create component-specific theming. Shadow DOM scope. Variables defined within a shadow DOM are only accessible within that shadow DOM. Example, element scoped variables. In this example, the .component class and .other component classes each have their own independent -component primary color variable. Any element within the .component element will use the green primary color, while elements within .other component will use orange, and the global definition will not impact them. This creates a more encapsulated and modular styling approach. 5. Using var, with fallback values. The var function can accept a second argument, a fallback value. This value is used if the variable is not defined or is invalid. Example *. This makes your CSS more robust by providing default values when variables are missing. It's a good practice to always provide a fallback value, especially when dealing with dynamically generated themes. However, when you use stylelint effectively, this might not be necessary. 6. Working with JavaScript and CSS variables. CSS variables can be dynamically manipulated using JavaScript. Accessing variables use getComputedStyle, element, .getPropertyValue, variable name, to retrieve the value of a CSS variable. Setting variables use element.style.setProperty, variable name, new value, to set a CSS variable. Example, theme switching with JavaScript. This example demonstrates a simple theme switcher that changes the background and text colors of the body by updating the -bg color and -text color variables using JavaScript. This opens up a wide range of possibilities for dynamic styling based on user preferences or application logic. 7. Advanced techniques. CSS calc, with variables you can use the calc function to perform calculations using variables. Nested variables, limited support while direct nesting of var functions is not officially supported in all browsers. You can achieve similar results with preprocessors or JavaScript. Combining variables and media queries. Use variables to define breakpoints and then use them in media queries to adjust styles responsively. Best practices for using CSS variables. Choose descriptive variable names. This is crucial for readability and maintainability. Use a consistent naming convention. This helps you easily identify and manage your variables. Document your variables. Create a comment block that describes the purpose of each variable. This is especially helpful for large projects. Don't overuse variables. Only variabilize values that are truly reusable or require dynamic modification. Consider using a CSS preprocessor, SAS, less, stylus. While CSS variables are powerful on their own, preprocessors can provide additional features like variable scoping, mixins, and functions, which can complement CSS variables and further enhance your workflow. However, prioritize CSS variables first and use preprocessors for features CSS variables lack. Test thoroughly. Ensure that your changes work correctly across different browsers and devices. Use style linting. Employ stylelint or similar tools to enforce consistent variable usage and catch potential errors. Use CSS functions to combine variables using color functions like rgba, sla, and color mix, allows you to create nuanced colors without creating extra variables. Example Conclusion CSS variables provide a powerful and flexible way to manage your styles, making your code more reusable, maintainable, and adaptable. By following the techniques and best practices outlined in this tutorial, you can effectively apply variables to your styles and convert existing CSS code into a more robust and scalable system. Remember to start small, use tools to automate the process, and always prioritize readability and maintainability. Good luck, and happy styling!